So poops, as you may know, I made a police report just yesterday, and here's a small update on everything that's happened ever since then. Ever since the police report, the entire post that I commented on is no longer available. And if you try to look for the account of the guy who actually created the post, Fuad Bahrom, you notice that it is no longer the same. And for some reference, the original account where that post showed up was Fuad Bahrom. It used to have 484 followers, but now if you try searching the account, then you'll notice that Fuad Bahrom no longer exists.
Now we have his evil twin, Bahrom Fuad.
Congratulations, Mr. Fuad, on your brand new identity and for your sad attempt to run away from the PDRM. I mean, maybe he thinks that we are all stupid, but I think it's kind of obvious. The account name has actually been inverted. There are only 6 followers, meaning that he got rid of followers. And by the way, there are also no replies over here. He literally got rid of almost everything. Unless, of course, I'm completely wrong and this is the account of a stranger, in which case then the logical conclusion is that this Fuad Bahrom, whoever he is, has actually deleted his entire account. I guess that's kind of a logical thing to do when you're the first person named in the entire report and people are reporting you to MC. Wow. Good job, Sapoop.
Not that it matters because I sent your picture to the police.
Not sure about the Izzuddin Sapoop though. Maybe he's still looking for all of the messages where he admitted to basically threatening me from his end. And I wish the PDRM all the best luck in looking for him, wherever it is that he is, and finding him. I'd say that what we can call this is kind of a success. I mean, we got rid of the post by the dude who was just casually going out and instigating people. Maybe it's cause he was freaking out, and at the end of the day, he still feels deeply inside all the sorts of hashtag feelings left unresolved. But at the very least, the law is aware that there is this person named Fuad Bahrom at the moment. And I think that we set a pretty interesting precedent right here. But this brings me to something that I think is true and I want to share with y'all, which is that I think y'all should make police reports. No, I don't mean like specifically for this case. I'm not trying to tell you to make police reports on my behalf. Though of course, if you sympathize and you think it's wrong and you want to support me, whether it's by using your time or you want to make a contribution or anything, I think that more of you should be more prepared to go out there and make reports on people. By making the first step and going out there and reporting, what I want you to do is to
take an active role in deciding what you want your society to look like.
Whenever I suggest this, I usually face a couple of responses. Number one, people go all like, "Aiya, go and report for what? Waste time. It's not like they're going to do anything anyway." And to that I say, well, it's your own fault that people don't take action on things that you think are important then, right?
Or that people feel entitled to call you kafir because they haven't seen how bad it can get.
If you don't go out and actually make reports, then personally speaking, if you're one of those complainers out there in human society and you think that people are discriminating against you but you never take action, then yeah, sorry, like, I don't think that your opinion is worth listening to. Unless you're the kind of person who actually goes out there and takes action. It'll be good for your soul. But this brings me to point number 2 though. You gotta be part of creating a new culture. I mean, if Fuad Bahrom or any of the other low tier so-called defenders of the realm think that they can just casually say the word kafir, it is right, noble and wonderful to go ahead and do so, then they should do it with public accounts, with their face casually revealed to the world, not hide behind lack of details, no accountability at all. If you look at what happened with the police report and Fuad Bahrom running away, that was basically a threats post being spread to thousands of people with 30,000, 40,000 plus views at its peak with over 1,000 likes, just casually disappearing off into smoke after we ended up reporting it to the police. And what does that show? That shows a person naturally being scared that his insult is gonna lead to real world
consequences.
And that somehow or another, he cannot be going out there insulting people, pretending like he's a hero without fear of consequences. In other words, we are normalizing the idea that if you yap like that, you will get punished. I think that cultural move is so important because at the end of the day, if you really want to cultivate a society where people can respect one another, you cannot be just going out and ignoring the fact that there are people spreading these kinds of rude ideas in the first place. It just doesn't fly. It shouldn't fly, and I think you know it internally as well. I hope more people will join in on this journey and that we can normalize this idea that if you're going to be rude, if you're going to mock other races, then you have to face the consequences for that. Clearly I can't do this alone. Hopefully in the next year, if this video causes just one of you to do exactly that, then I think that I've succeeded already. And this brings me to point number 3. I think you should make police reports because it helps you to get to know the police. The police, whether you like them or not, are people tasked with protecting the country. And I think there are lots of misconceptions about them, that all of them are corrupt, all of them are Malay, all of them serve political interests. Well, I've met many wonderful police officers, that's number 1. Number 2, the police officer who took my report yesterday was actually Chinese. And number 3, not all police are the same. You never know what kinds of relationships, what kinds of conversations you're gonna have along the way. Such as the one that I had yesterday, where a random officer was just casually asking me what my report was about, and I ended up singing "Si Wang Ni Ho." Kind of an interesting stitch right there. And it's good getting to know the people who are responsible for carrying out the law in our society. That's just how it is. Not just for your own protection, but also because it's intrinsically interesting. Right now, I can casually rattle off WhatsApp messages to over 5 different police officers, and even on Instagram, because I built up these relationships. And at the end of the day, I think we all want to contribute in some way to our community, and for me, I think it's meaningful to contribute to the cultural aspect of that by creating a situation where people cannot just carelessly choose to offend people of other races without any consequences. And that, by the way, extends to not just people of Malay descent, but also Chinese, Indian, or whatever have you out there. At the end of the day, I think all of us want a safe country, and in that way, we need to have mutual respect. That's something that we have to learn over the course of time, and there's a good chance that we're not good at it. So if I fail at it, then maaf zahir dan batin. But I think we can all agree that there are certain things that we cannot do. What happened yesterday being one of those things, which is why I made the report in the first place. At the end of the day, I would like no better than for it to be that if you are berani buat, then you berani tanggung. It's just that simple. Not super controversial, and I hope something that people understand. Anyway, yeah, guy deleted his post, got rid of his followers, changed his name, removed his picture. I don't think it really matters though, because this video exists, and also the police know who he is. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see what happens along the way and what kind of action is actually taken. I think that getting to know the police, talking to the police, making reports as an informed citizen is actually crucial to maintaining our societal cohesion. If you've never tried it before, if you think that you're scared or anything else, give it a try. Make a police report the next time you can, and I swear, it's gonna be interesting for you. That's all to say about that, and bye.